In Python tutorial series, today you are learning about list. So list is a fundamental data structure. Then what is a data structure? So data structure means organizing the data and then performing operations. So you might ask a question, what do you mean by performing operations? Operations means here adding new elements to the list or removing the element, sorting elements in ascending or descending order, and then updating the elements and etc. So list is simply set of elements. Then the question is, how do you create a list? To create a list, you can use square brackets or you can use the predefined method list. So at first I'm creating a list, empty list. A is equals to square, simply square brackets. So no elements are specified. So this is an empty list, and then checking the type of A. So type of A means this is a list, and then creating one more list with the elements. So B is equals to 1 2 3, then printing B. So in B you have the elements 1 2 3. That means the length of this list is 3, as you have 3 elements. So once the data structure is created, you need to perform operations, right? So before that, this is another example. X is equals to apple orange. So remember, list is heterogeneous type. It means you can have different types of elements. You can have integers, you can have floats, you can have string type, like this. So here x is equals to apple orange, where this apple is a string type and orange is also string type. So in x we have two elements, then printing x. So we have two elements and the elements are separated by comma. So this is how you can create a list. Next, importantly, you need to access elements. So in that case, we say indexing. So index starts from 0 by default. As the index is starting from 0, remember you can have the last element always at one position less. So x of 0. So x we have created here, apple and orange. X of 0 means what is the first element? The first element is apple. And then x of 1, the second element, which is orange. And you can also access elements in reverse order. So the indexing is like this. -1 means the last element. Similarly, second element from the last is x of -2. Third element from the last is x of -3. So in this way you can access the elements of the list once it is created. So this is another example, ls, user defined variable, which is equals to, we have the three types of values here. So 1 6 5 are integer type, 8.5 is float, and a and b are string type. Then displaying the list. So list is created, and then ls of 0. So ls of 0 means what is the first element in ls, so which is 1 here, and the 6 is ls of 1, ls of 2, ls of 3, ls of 4, this is 5. And you can also access elements in reverse, like -1 means b, -1 2 -2 a, this is -3, ls of -4 5 6, like this. So ls of 0 is 1 here, ls of 1 is 6, and ls of -1, the last element is b, and then ls of -2. ls of -2 means second element from the last, which is a. So in this case, in this way you can specify the positions. And this is another list. So y is equals to, we are having the sample elements here, carrot and potato. Then we can also create a list of list. So z is equals to, in the square bracket you are mentioning x comma y. So what is x? X is already a list. What about y? Y is also a list. Then printing z. So we have apple, orange, carrot and potato. So what is the size of z? So size of z is only 2. Length of this list is only 2. This is the first element and this is the second element. We can say list of list. Each element is again a list. Now the question is, how do you access individual elements? So we can access this element with z of 0, and this is z of 1. So again, from the 0th element, if you want to access the first one, that is 0. So this is z of 0 0, this is 0 1, This is totally second element. So 1. So 1 0 is carrot, 1 is potato. So z of 0 1. So 0 means the first element. So from this the second element, which is orange. So we are getting 0 1 means orange. 1 0 means here carrot. And minus 2 minus 1. So minus 2 means this is z of minus 1 and this is z of minus 2. So from minus 2 you are accessing minus 1, so which is orange. So minus 2 minus 1 means orange. Minus 1 means this one. From this you want to have minus 2. Minus 2 means carrot. So this is how the indexing is specified to access the elements. Then z of 0. So z of 0 means apple and orange, this one. So we are assigning this to, we are assigning that to z1 and then printing the z1. So this is the element subset of z1 is subset of z. So from z1 zeroth element, which is or apple. So like this you can create. So once the data structure is created, how do you perform operations? Before that, this slicing is also operation, means accessing subsequence of elements. Accessing the subsequence of elements. So far with indexings you have accessed only one element at a time. But if you want to access series of elements, in that case you have to write slicing. The general syntax of slicing is you need to specify the starting position and then you need to specify the ending positions. So if you don't specify the starting position, then by default it is going to be 0, or if you don't specify the ending position, then by default it is going to be the last element. So I am creating another list here. The name of the list is num, in which we have the elements from 1 to 10, then printing the list. So this is the list, and so from this list I'm accessing the elements like 0 to 4. 0 to 4 means not up exactly up to 4, up to 3 only, because index is starting from 0. We always have one element, one position less at the end. So 0 to 4 means 0 to 3 only. This is 0 1 2 3. So 1 2 3 1 2 3 4 is the output for the first print statement. And for the second one you are specifying the starting position, and after colon end position is not specified. In that case we consider up to the last element. So starting from the fourth position. Fourth position means this is 0 1 2 3 4, means from here up to 10. So you can see the output. So this is slicing, specifying the starting position and ending position. The general syntax is this: you need to specify starting position, then colon, end position, then step value, means incrementation. So let's take the same example. I'm redisplaying the values of num, and then look at here. So 1 to 9. So 1 to 9 means 1 to 8 only, up to 8. So this is starting from 1 up to, this is 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 up to 9. So 2 to 9, 2 to 9, but you have specified the step value as 2. So step value 2 means here also we need to consider one position less. So 2 minus 1 is 1. So 1 per 1 element is skipped. Okay, you are skipping one element. Here's the same 1 to 9, but the step value is 3. It means 2 elements are skipped. So 2 elements are skipped. So starting from 2, so 3 and 4 are skipped, then 5, then 6 and 7 are skipped, then 8. So like this, that's the meaning of step value. And here starting is not mentioned and ending is not mentioned, but you have mentioned the step value. So means skipping two elements starting from 0 to the last element. So this is the output. So 1, then 2 and 3 are skipped, then 4 is displayed, then 5 and 6 are skipped, then 7 is displayed, and then 8 and 9 are skipped, then 10 is displayed. And here starting is not mentioned, ending not mentioned. That means starting from 0 to end minus 1 means all the elements are reversed. Understand, all the elements are reversed. That means you are accessing the elements in reverse order, right? 10 9 8 7 up to 1. and if you specify -2, so -2 means in reverse order you are skipping one element. So 10, 9 is skipped, then 8, 7 is skipped, 6, then 5 is skipped, like 4, 3 is skipped, 2, 1 is skipped. Then again, you see, again I am displaying the list here, and in the next cell, starting from -1 means from here up to -4. -4 means -3 only. Okay, so -1, -2, -3. So -1. So -1 means -1, -1, again -1. So that means 1 minus 1 is 0. So 0 elements are skipped. Understand? 0 elements are skipped. So 10, 9, 8. For the same starting and ending, if you specify the step value as -2, so 2 minus 1 is 1. So 1 element is skipped. So you can, in the output, 10 is the number, then 9 is skipped, then you got 8. So this is indexing and slicing. So let's see some important functions, important built-in functions associated with the Python list. So again, I am creating a list, so no need to create in the same Jupyter notebook. Just for understanding, I am creating it again. Then len is a predefined function. So len means length of num. So how many elements are there? So we have 10 elements. Like this, we have the functions like min. So what is the minimum element in the list? So minimum is 1. Similarly, max is also built-in function, the maximum element in the list, which is 10 here. And we can also use plus. Plus is used for concatenation. So this is one list and this is another list. So we are joining these two lists. Then the resultant list is going to be 1, 3, 2 followed by 5, 4, 6. Then this is another list, names, in which we have string type of elements. So earth, air, fire and water, and we are using the membership operator here. Fire in names. Fire is there in names or not? It is there, which is true. What about Kumar? Kumar is not there, so we are getting false. So it results the Boolean value true or false. So on string type of data, do we perform this maximum, minimum or not? Yes, we can do that. So I look at my list. This is a list, and the elements are this. So in this list, I'm performing maximum and minimum. So when you use max and min methods on the string type of elements, so based on the ASCII, I hope you guys know the basics of ASCII. American Standard Code for Information Interchange, based on which all the computers works. So whatever we give the input from the keyboard, so by default, which is considered as string type. So by referring the ASCII table, the computer can understand. The computer can understand. So based on the ASCII value, will be knowing what is maximum and what is the minimum. Even which character comes at the end, so which is Z. So we have to look at the first character. Z is at the last. This is the last element, so max is Z. Then what is min? Min starting from A. So do we have any elements? Yes, we have AZ. So AZ is the minimum here. In the next example, all three strings are starting with A only. Then we'll consider the second character. So here A, AZ, AB. So min is going to be A and max is going to be AZ. We will consider the second character. Next, here we are specifying the numbers in quotations, means these are also strings. So from this, what is the maximum? Maximum is 999. And what is minimum? Minimum is 1. So like this, you can also create a list of strings. Then this max function is taking one parameter, so using the same list again, but this time, so here max on names, and this is the parameter key is equals to len, means based on the length we are finding the maximum. So what are the maximum size elements here? So earth, the size of this is 5, and water, the size of that is also 5. So based on the maximum and the minimum sizes of this, you'll be getting the output here as earth is the first string which is of having the length 5. The next is water, but even though we'll be getting the earth, so first element is given as output. Then in case of minimum, so minimum length strings are air and ABC. So from that the first one will be getting the output, that is air. And then list is also a predefined method. As I mentioned, list can be created by using the predefined function list. So list of hello, so it is going to create a list with the characters HELLO. So the size of the list is equivalent to the number of characters in the string. Then x is equals to list of hello, so means this is the given as input to the x, and then x of 0. So from that, what is the first character? The first character is a. Then the other methods like append means adding element at the end of the list. So my list is this 11487, and to this list we are appending 1. So 1 is going to be added after 7, then printing the list. So this is the output here. Then count means how many times the particular element has. So lst dot count of 1, so 1 is totally 3 times, so here is 2 and here is 1. Then we can also append one list to the another list. So list is this 5428, and appending list 1 to the lst, this one appending list 1 5428. But remember, it is added as a single element. Understand, this is added as a single element. We can also use extend. Extend means extending the existing list. So when you append the same lst1, when you extend lst with lst1, these elements are added as individual, not as a single element. So that's the difference. It's very important. It's also one of the interview question. What is the difference between append and extend? So append adds the new element as a single element, whereas extend means it adds the new list or new element as an individual element. So you see, so the existing one 5428 are added as individual, not as a single list. The length of this, now what is the length of this? So here we already have 3 plus 6, 6 plus 7, and these are 4. 7 plus 4, which is 11. So that is the length of the list. Then one more method is index. So what is the index of 4? What is the index of 4? The index of 4 is, this is 1, because index starts from 0. Then inserting, you can also insert element into the list. So this is my list 156 ABD BDC 10, and I want to insert name. Then you need to specify the position. So position is 4. That means this is 0 1 2 3 4. That means after ABD name is going to be added. After ABD name is inserted. It doesn't replace, so it just insert at the given position. If you want to make the replacement, for example AB of 4, AB of 4 is name. If you want to replace this element, then AB of 4 is equals to Python. So name is replaced with Python. So this is a replacement. Next, how to remove elements from the list. So we can use pop method. So this is my list 1456 and pop. So it will pop out the last element. It will pop out the last element. I hope you guys have the basic knowledge of stack. In stack, the elements are added in the format of LIFO, last in first out. The principle of stack is last in first out. For example, you can create a stack like 1 2 3 4. 4 elements are there. Then which element is deleted at the first? The last element is deleted. Like for example, I'm creating a stack here. So this is stack, so I inserted, let's take some string A, then B, then you have C. So C is inserted the last. The principle of stack is LIFO, last in first out. Okay, last in first out. So which element is removed first? C is removed. Next B is removed. Next A is removed. So list resembles the principle of stack. So that's why the last element is removed. Then L1 dot pop of 1. So pop function can also take the index. So 6 is removed here. After removing 6, what are the elements left? 1, 4, 5. So at position 1, 4 is there. So 4 is removed. So pop also takes the argument. So when it takes the argument, then the particular element is removed. When you don't specify the argument, then by default the last element is removed. So Python also provides us remove. So remove means removing the given element. So in the list L1 we have elements 1, 5. Then I want to remove 5. So here giving the 5 as argument. So removing 5, then only one element is left, which is 1 here. We can also use a del. So del, so this is my list, creating the list again, and from this del delete ab of 2. Ab of 2 means 6. This is 0, 1, 6. So 6 is removed, and then printing the list. So after removing 6, this is my resultant list. And we have the built-in function reverse. So this is my list L2 and reversing it. Then after reversing, so 5, 1, 2, 4 is the output. Then there is also built-in function sort. So sorting by default is ascending. So this is my list 5, 4, 3, 1, 6. List 2 dot sort, then printing the list. So these are the elements in sorted order, increasing order. If you want to have a descending order or decreasing order, then you need to supply the parameter, that is reverse is equals to true. Then all elements are reversed. So all the elements are reversed, and then they are sorted, descending order. This is another example. We have the list of names here. So Ramesh, Suresh, Jitesh, and then sorting the element. So displaying the sorted list, and then also a reversed list, sorting with reverse. So ascending and descending order. So the elements are sorted based on the alphabetical order. J comes first, then R, then S, then reverse of this is Suresh, Ramesh, and Jitesh. And you can also copy one list into the another list. So this is my list A 2143. Then simply assigning list A to the list B. Now list A and list B both are same, printing them. You can see the output, both are having same elements. While now copying, you can also support slicing. So I'm creating a list A again here, and from list A 0 to 2 means how many elements? 0 and 1 means 2 and 1, only 2 elements. Position 0 and 1 are assigned to list B. Now list A and list B are different. List A and list B are different. So you can also create you can also make the list empty. So list B dot clear. So clear is the method. So list B will become empty, and then I just want to check whether the list B has elements or not. So no elements are left. So this is empty list. So these are the fundamentals of list. So you have learned how to create a list, and how to access the elements by indexing, and how to access subsequence of elements by slicing. And we saw a couple of methods, couple of built-in functions on list. So that's it from me. You can just also follow the remaining tutorials to have an update on other data structures of Python.